All right, welcome back, students. It's time for part 2. We are now going to get ready to use the tool. So we are going to have to make a note of some need to knows. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Okay, keep in mind we're going to be using these steps for several days. So while today's lesson seems kind of long, we do need to have this information. All right, now that we're ready to use our tool, I'm going to go ahead and put my hair up because it's going to get a little difficult. So sit up, eyes open. Hopefully you grabbed yourself a snack, maybe a little caffeine. And are you ready to get to work? Let's go. All right, the first problem we're going to look at is if I was converting 9 5/10 centimeter to millimeter. That's my problem. The first thing that I'm going to ask myself, and I'm going to make a little note over here. This is what you should be asking yourself. Am I converting big to small, or did you guess? Small to big. What does that mean? I'm going to put number 1 by that. It's our first question. Well, boys and girls, we need to figure out our units of measurement. And that's where that anchor chart that you drew comes into play, and where that number rock song is really going to help you if you remember the size of your units. What unit am I starting with? Or what do I have? Remember that from place value? What do I have? Well, I have centimeters, and I'm trying to convert it to millimeters. So do I have something that's bigger and I'm making it smaller? Or do I have something smaller and I'm converting it to something bigger? Well, centimeters are bigger than millimeters. So the first thing I need to do is to identify that I'm going big to small in this problem. Now, boys and girls, if you have trouble trying to figure that out, you need to go back and study your chart. I showed you this in the video part 1, that this is how big a centimeter is, and that each centimeter is made up of 10 millimeters. So if 10 millimeters can fit into a centimeter, then millimeters are itty bitty tiny, and a centimeter is a little bit bigger. But you are going to have to watch that number rock video again. You are going to have to look at your anchor chart again, because you will have to decide which unit of measurement is bigger and which is smaller in order for this to work for you. All right. So once I decide if I'm going big to small, there's a little trick. And boys and girls, if you're not a very good artist, it's okay if you just write the word. But I'm going to try here. If I'm going big to small, okay, it's like going from an elephant. I'm going to try to draw an elephant. Ready? Here's my elephant. Yeah? No? My elephant is going to go, he's actually a mammoth. So draw some hair on him. Have you ever seen a mammoth? Kind of like on Ice Age. You ever watched that? A mammoth is an elephant that lived millions of years ago during the Ice Age. So we're going to call him a mammoth. And I know you think I'm crazy right now, but watch. I'm going to show you why. If you're going big to small, a mammoth is huge. But then what's an animal that's really tiny? Starts with an M, squeaks. Did you say mouse? Yeah. It's a mouse. So mammoth to mouse. You like that squeaking? Squeaking again. If you're going from big mammoth to tiny small mouse, you're going to multiply. So that's a fun way to know that. And you'll have to excuse my hair if it's a mess. It was a little bit hot outside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase this. This was from part 1. And right now, for today's lesson, we're just going to be looking at meter. So I'm going to make a note of that. My base for today is just meter because we're just doing length. Okay, but what if we're going the other way? Oh, I didn't forget about this, but hold on one second. We have some notes that we need to take for need to know. So you have your mammoth to mouse, you're going to multiply. These are little hints, it's going to help you. But what if you are going from small to big? Well, what's small that starts with a D? I'll give you a hint, it barks. Did you say dog? Yeah, I said dog. So I'm going to try to draw my dog here. Oh, he's a cute little dog. Little floppy ears. There he is. So I'm going to do my dog. And then what's big? I'll give you a hint. It starts with a D. And it comes and picks up loose gravel or rocks. Did you say dump truck? You probably didn't because that was hard. But it's a dump truck. Can you draw a dump truck? I'm going to have to switch markers here. I'm going to run out. I've been taking so many notes, boys and girls. Dump truck kind of has big old wheels. Here's some gravel in there. Does that look like a dump truck? You like my dump truck? If you can't draw a dump truck, you can go ahead and just write the words. So if you're going to go from the dog to the dump truck, you are going to divide. Okay, and this is just a fun way. Hopefully you have this in your notes. This is a fun way for you to remember what operation you should use. I'm going to make sure that you got it. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So that's our first step. We'll come back to this because we're going to do a couple examples. Once I figure out if I'm going big to small, do I multiply or do I divide? I'm going big to small. Mammoth to mouse. That would be multiply. So take what you have. Okay, they gave me 9 and 5/10 centimeters. I'm going to know the operation is multiply, but then multiply by what? Well, boys and girls, it's going to be a power of 10. That's where all of those skills we've been working with powers of 10 are going to connect to these conversions. Did you know that our base 10 system has the same rules that the metric system has? The metric system is basically like a big place value chart. The place value chart that we use in our number system. Only it's the metric conversions. Someone was really smart to set their measurements up that way. So go ahead and put a 10, okay? And then we need to decide how many, 10 to the what? Well, that's the easy part, boys and girls. All you have to do is I'm going to take a magnet here. I'm going to find a magnet. You have a magnet? Ah, there it is. Did you see that? I didn't see that. And I'm going to go from the centimeter, put it on the staircase. These are stairs. Look. I'm bouncing up the stairs. Boing, boing. Did you know that if you go up the stairs or to the left, that the value is greater? The measurement is greater, just like in your place value. But if you go down the stairs or to the right, the measurements are smaller or lesser, just like our decimals. All right, so we were given centimeters, so we're going to put this on centimeters. How many times do I need to jump, just like we did with powers of 10, or how many times do I need to move on the stairs to get to millimeter? Which one of these staircases is millimeter? Here it is, right here. And if you want to make a little note under milli, that it's going to look like millimeters so you don't get confused with meter, please do. This can be tricky. This is one of the trickier lessons in 5th grade. All right. So here we go. If you go from centimeter to millimeter, count with me how many jumps? 1. So I'm going to go 10 to the first. 10 to the first. Now, can you solve this? Hopefully you said yes. And I know the way I've been solving it is we X out our decimal. How many jumps? 1. To the right or to the left? To the right. 1 jump to the right. Rewrite my number. Keep the 9. Is my decimal there or no? No, I X'd it out, which means I removed it. Keep the 5. Now I have a decimal on the end, and just like I said before, if you have a decimal on the end, he falls off. Ah! Remember? We don't need that. But what you do need is the measurement that you landed on. So what do we need to label it? Millimeter. Millimeter. Okay. Are you with me? Take the breath in. Take a breath out. Say it with me. This is hard. Yes, it is. This is hard. There's a lot to use. There's a lot to practice. But we can do it. It will take some time. Let's try one more. And then I'll let you all get back to your independent practice and see if you can do it on your own. All right, let's try 12,000 meters equals how many kilometers? Okay. What is bigger, a meter or a kilometer? How big is this? Did you say 1 meter? You are correct. And if you remember from part 1 of the video, I told you that about the distance from Horn Lake Intermediate School to Kroger is about a kilometer. So is the distance from the school to Kroger bigger than this? Or is this smaller? Yes, this is smaller. I'd hope we weren't this far away from Kroger, that there would be no room to park. Okay. So you're going from small to big. All right, well, my cute little doggy here, dog to dump truck, small to big, I'm gonna do what? Divide. So go ahead. What do they give you? 12,000. Bam, put your division sign. Question, is this hard right this second? No. It may take a minute to do, but it's not real hard yet. I just decided that a meter is smaller than a kilometer. So I was going from meters to kilometers, which told me I need to divide. That's all I've done. That's all I've done. Go ahead and put your 10, because we're going to use our powers of 10, remember? Metric system has the magic power as X as the place value system. Why not use it? Now let's use our staircase. We were given meters, and we're going to kilometers. Where is that? Millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, meter, decameter, hectometer. I found it, kilometer. Oh, We're gonna have to climb a lot of stairs. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now students at home, I understand you probably don't have a big board and a magnet. What you can do is take your pencil. Put your pencil on what it gave you. It gave you meter. Put it on meter. Move your pencil and count up. 1, 2, 3. Make this 10 to the third. I'm going to erase all this so you don't get confused there. Now you are literally just solving this powers of 10, which you already know how to do. I'm going to erase this comma. If a number doesn't have a decimal, where does it go? At the end. I don't know if you've been singing that with us. We've been singing it in school. If a number doesn't have a decimal, where does it go? At the end. So put it at the end right there. Okay. Now using our powers of 10 rules. If we're dividing, do we move the decimal to the left or do we move the decimal to the right? Did you say to the left? Oh, you said to the right. Oh, well, no. It's to the left. Okay. Oh, you did say to the left. Oh, okay. So go ahead and we're going to cross our decimal off. How many times are we going to move it? Remember this guy? I'm going to tell you like I told you again. That exponent is small and bossy, just like me. Okay, he's going to say, you're going to move that decimal 3 times. So here he goes. 1. Make sure you get in between the numbers too, remember? 2, 3. Boom. Easy peasy, powers of 10. Here we go. Copy what I kept. 1, 2. Is there a decimal here? Yes. 0, 0, 0. Question. If I have 0 thousandths and 0 hundredths and 0 tenths, do I need these zeros? I do not need these zeros. I don't have anything. That's like saying I have no pennies, no nickels, no. Okay, well, what do you have? Well, I have 12. I have $12 if you think about it like money. So you don't need this. So just knock that off. Well, if you have a decimal on the end, those of you who've seen that video before, you know he goes away. Bye, decimal. So your answer is going to be 12. And then go back up here. What's our unit of measurement? Kilometers. All right. Well, I think that's enough for today. Hopefully you were able to use this. Feel free to look up other videos. I know I had shown, my students had seen another video on King Henry with another teacher explaining it. There may be some different strategies if you have trouble with this one that you can look into. But as far as my teaching goes, this is how we're going to be using it in face, and this is how we're going to be doing it virtual as well. And in my experience, this has worked the best out of all the different methods. It's just going to take some perseverance. That means working hard even when obstacles get in your way. And that's one thing is in 5th grade that y'all will learn with having to do math and science and reading and writing. It's a lot. 5th grade is a tough year. So don't get discouraged. Keep trying. Let me know if y'all have any questions and I'll do my best to reach out to you. All right. Happy converting.